back from the custom review and take a look at the Transformers Generations Nest Breakaway. So here he is in his jet mode, but we're looking at him. Let's get a quick look at the paints. So first off, we have the usual gray surface primer and semi-gloss clear that are practically in every video. Some TS46 light sand will focus, thank you. Some XF78 wooden deck tan, if it'll focus at all. Come on now, there we go. Some X28 park green. X10 gunmetal. Some X11 chrome silver. X4 blue. Focus a little bit more, thank you. XF68 NATO brown, if it'll focus at all. Come on now. Come on. There we go. And then finally some synthetic, right dye more synthetic chocolate brown, which will once again look like black. But we'll get into that in a minute. So here he is in his jet mode, and this is the needle nose mold, more specifically the Wind Razor version, I believe is his name. The one that comes with breakdown, I don't know. I got the 2-pack to use with some customs, and then this one, I tried to think of something that I could use with the mold, and I figured, why not do a breakaway? Now I know this won't be like a one-to-one close to breakaway, which none of these customs are. I think I say this in like every video. None of the Nest customs are one-to-one, but I didn't really want it to be a Seeker because I felt like that'd be too generic. And one of the only other jet molds I could really think of that's like an Earth-ish jet, it was this one. And since I had the extra one, I said, why not? So here he is in his jet mode. And there were a few different ideas originally. Like the original plan was to just take the paint off of this piece, because this is fully painted, spray this one tan, and then leave these be. But then it ended up not matching so much that I just repainted the whole jet mode just so it all looked cohesive. You can actually see the original color right there because I kept it off these hinges just for the sake of it working properly without chipping too much. It's like a tiny bit right there I just wanted to fix. Nice blue cockpit up here, which I think just looks lovely. I mean, really, I wish they would just do a breakaway. Like, even if it was just this and they gave it like a new head, like I sort of did, I think it would still be pretty fun. I'd like the camo. I don't get to do camouflage deco as much, but I like them just because they're kind of easy and they're a little fun. You can see here all the nice brown on them. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the jet mode. Did the back silver thruster with some gunmetal inside, just for that. Just that look. I always think that looks nice when just painting the whole thing silver. Gives it dimension. And then these dyed pieces, which they look black, but I tried to dye them the brown. It just, I don't think the dye works unless it's a very slight color shift. Like Mindwipes being orange to red is the only time it's ever worked. Every other time it just looks black unless I get into some direct lighting. Then you see it's just a super, super dark version of that color. I don't know why I've been this unsuccessful at it, but oh well. I think it still looks fine with him, really. But that is pretty much it for jet mode. So let's go ahead and get him into his robot mode. And here in robot mode, he is quite lovely. But let's go ahead and get a little look at it. His head. Camera up just a smidgen. And this is Wind Razor's head, but modified to be a bit more like Breakaway with this whole mask kind of look. I kind of interpret these as like the hoses going to the mask, which I know it isn't the best, but with how specific his head sculpt is, there was no way I was going to match it by just sanding and praying. But I think this is a decent enough approximation, which yes, it is very flat, with a little bit of a rounded going up the top. I try to make something, but I'm not the best at it, but I think it is at least uniquely him. We'll say that. And little chest details here. You have some brown coming down the sides. I think that silver was just left over, which I kind of just like that look, so I kept it there. Some silver here on these pieces, which I would have dyed, but I could not get them off. Have some brown down here. All the silver I added was fully hand paint, dry brushed on. Like the silver on the thighs and the silver here was all dry brushing. I did leave these tabs unpainted just for ease of transformation. Just like the slot holes where they go into, which this is all getting dry brushed. Which there are some modifications I did make to the mold just to make transformation a little bit easier. Like the tabs that would normally be here, I sanded them to where they're very shallow, to where they don't hook on super secure, but they hook on enough. We've gone from a rock solid connection there to like a good enough. These are still fine though, because I dyed them, so these pretty much hold it in place in raw mode. And then this little thing down here, and then just the tabs for the feet there hold it in jet mode. Just make everything a little bit smoother. It's not perfect, but I think it's a good trade-off too. The first time I transformed this to test if all the paint was fine, the sheer amount of force it took to get this backpack to detach because of those tabs was insane. But then the legs here are pretty much the same, except I added the camouflage to them, and then I put some bit of a green here. Which one of the legs, unfortunately, took... I was going to get the pins out of it and try to dye the thighs, but since these are the rivets, and they're really, really hard to get out, I ended up hitting one too hard, and it kind of caused like a very small crack in the leg, which I put a bit of super glue in to strengthen, and like it's not that bad. This knee is just a little bit looser than it was. Like it's not like floppy. Like it's just not as sturdy. But I don't think it should really be breaking or anything anytime soon. Like I've transformed this I think about 3 or 4 times since doing that, and it's been fun. I did give him a weapon. I had a spare of the bulkhead, not siege bulkhead, the legacy bulkhead minigun. And plus his minigun on the toy is blue, so I just kind of thought I'd leave it as a little toy nod. That's what the green is too. The green's just a little bit of a toy nod. Like this is kind of a mix of the video game model for Revenge of the Fallen and then also the Revenge of the Fallen toy. I kind of just merged the two ideas a bit for color inspiration, which of course, like I've said every time it comes up, this is not a one-to-one. This is not meant to be anything close. It's just meant to be a good enough kind of representation of the design, and I think this does that extremely well. Which this also means there is only one left for the Nest customs. Have I said that? Have I said that there's only going to be 6? At least in all of the... I hope I've said that. If not, we're saying it now. There's only 6. This is number 5. When will you see the next one? When it gets done. It's still not. It's laying in pieces just out of frame of the camera. Sorry, guys. Even though, based on character selection, you could probably get a little bit of an idea of who it is. Since I intend on each one having rivals. It's just, Breakaways will be Mindwipe, he's just packed away. So I can't get to him. I am going to have the whole showcase whenever I get the last one done. They'll all be put together in that video. He's just packed away right now and I can't really get to him. So, just imagine Mindwipe is standing there. And when he looks so cool, when he looks so great. But yeah. Will I ever do a thrust? I feel like that's a question that might come up. Maybe. If I can get this mold for cheap, because thrust is the red color, which is really funny, because I really thought about going either way with this custom before I landed on it being, with the Autobots and being Breakaway, because originally I was going to have Armorhide be in this line, which I think I mentioned in the Ironhide video, because Ironhide was going to be Armorhide, and then I swapped it out. And then even Armorhide was kind of a suggestion with this one too, but then Armorhide fans, I'm sorry, alright? Siege Hound for cheap, maybe might do it. I have thought about in the future kind of doing 1 or 2 of the canceled ideas I had from this, and then 1 or 2 of the canceled ideas I had from the Allspark Power little sub-theme I did, and just kind of combining them into one theme. But I think Breakaway is quite nice. I guess in every video I really am just mentioning what the other idea was going to be. But yeah, this could have been thrust, which maybe one day, because it could be. There's some parts that would make this so much easier if it was thrust, and other parts that would have made this a nightmare if it was thrust, so either way. But anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So please be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews. Don't be so good to subscribe. You can also come check out my Facebook and Twitter pages, links in the description below. And this is 14th Prime, signing out.